Another one told us that we had to, do we have TIE? And we were like, we just came into Spain via a high professional work visa. We've not done those registrations yet because you need to apply, you know. And when you in fact, before you even apply for these things, you need to see that there are schedules. You understand? Because a lot of people have been in Spain before you, waiting to get these processes done. And I'm wondering, why would somebody be asking if we have TIE when obviously we just told you we just came in and we are in. We always explain our situation to these guys, like, okay, see. But the one that struck me most, why I was really happy about it, was this apartment we got, because the lawyer understood our situation. What the lawyer needed was an official mail from the work email address to prove that this is where my husband is working, and you know, then sent us the contract for us to read, you know, and it was cool to us. It was, everything just happened so fast. Like, even when we went to see the lawyer, we were like, okay, that we are here for us to. Even before then, my husband was like, okay, can we do these things? Because of course they will need to carry out their own investigation. Can we hasten up things, because we were supposed to leave on a Wednesday, and it was over the weekend that we were like, okay, discussing with the lawyer on how to like hasten things up. Like, okay, if we come on Monday, can we get the keys on Tuesday when we pay and all? Because we understood what is involved. So then everything was cool. The rent was 1,450 euros. And foremost, we were asked to pay an agency fee of 1,331 euros to reserve the apartment. So when we paid that, we found out that the property was no longer listed on Idealista. Yeah, then they sent us the contract to we had to read through the clauses, and even fix the date for an appointment for us to visit the agency and for them to explain it. So we're expecting to see the landlord, but that particular day wasn't feasible for the landlord, so we just saw the lawyer that is a third party, or the lawyer that is an intermediary between us and the landlord. And the lawyer did his best to explain the contract, because when we got the contract, it was in it was in Espanol. you know so it was in Espanol, and we had to, we had to go online to convert, to translate what is in the PDF, so we could understand it properly. And then all the explanations were done by this lawyer, and we had to pay. After payment, all the keys were handed over to us. They explained how the apartment is. Sent us inventory of they sent us images of all inventories in the apartment, meaning every single thing in the apartment was documented, their state. And we're like, cool. And then there was something on the clause as well, that within your first 30 days, you need to take note of, because even after my husband went to see the house and videoed it, there was no way he could have known the state of each inventory in the house as at then. So one of the clauses stated that within the first 30 days, if there are things that were not working properly, you need to note them and send the agency a mail via the lawyer, so that they would know and send someone to fix. If it is something that is just within the aesthetic, um, that is not aesthetically pleasing, the landlord can choose to ignore, because it is not like a main concern. So all these things were part of the clauses we read. They were about 33 clauses. We had to read them, the lawyer to explain them to us. And when they gave us the keys, we started looking for how to, you know, move our properties, because I mean, Wednesday was fast approaching. We went there on a Monday, we got the keys Monday. We had between Tuesday and Wednesday to leave the apartment. So we had to pick up our things, and we left the apartment. So one thing stood out for us in all of this, One other benefit we got from the apartment was a free 1 month data, internet access. Yeah. So according to the agency, property agency, they were like the first 30 days would be free for internet. They would call them to come and install internet, and if it is something we want to continue, fine. If it is not something we want to continue, no problem. The lawyer also explained the suppliers of the household things, like the water, the gas, electricity, and their vendors, and explain. So another thing that stood out for us as well was the way we were attended to. These guys didn't care about the color of our skin, so I thought, because I just felt that the reason why we didn't get the house in Fuenla brother was because of the color of our skin, because we couldn't speak Spanish. Of course, it would take us a while to learn the lingua franca here, but I mean, this other house, it was like God made it happen, and we were happy with how it happened. So then we had to move, and when we moved, ah, we were now calling the internet vendor to come or let them come and install it, because they told us they were going to come and install it and they were wasting time, and my husband had to work. In fact, he even had to go back to the apartment on Wednesday morning to like work, so that yeah, then let them know that, yeah, we are actually moving out fully. So we moved in fully, and we started taking note of the states of the inventories the agency sent to us. I did a detailed video of how the things that were looking spoiled, or things that were faulty. I sent it to them close to the end of the month, so they would know that, okay, these are the things we saw, not like we spoiled it or we had anything to do with their faulty nature. And that was it. So tips, I like sharing tips. Tips is, you need to be on the lookout for these things. Whenever you're planning to get an apartment, you need to set whenever you're looking for an apartment, you need to set a realistic budget. First of all, you consider the area in which you're looking for houses. I know in Madrid it's higher than places like Valencia or Murcia, other places, right? Barcelona, from what I've read online, I think it's expensive as well. So you need to like get a budget. You need to know, okay, you're coming in, even if you're coming as a single person, you know that, of course, unless you have the money for a luxurious lifestyle, you can be aiming at a two or a three bed, depending on what you want. But if you're coming solo, I think a one bedroom apartment is okay. But for a family of four, depending on what you want, you may decide to, okay, two bedroom is okay, because or you want a three bedroom, whichever one is okay. Then you need to know the area you would want to get this apartment, right? And there are key things too, because most of these properties listed are being like they are under um they are under the care of property agencies, and they have their key requirements, because they expect you to pay caution fee of a certain amount. There are things, because looking for an apartment, you need money. Emphasis on money. You need money, you need your documents, you need to come legit for them to say, okay, I'm handing over my house to you. You need to be someone that you can abide by their rules, because signing that contract, I was like, just property for rental, and all these clauses. The PDF I had over 33 pages. And I was like, what is happening here? But we took our time and we went through all the clauses and found out there were things that we could actually do, you know. And that is it. Then the last one, if you're a Christian or if you're a religious person, you can also put it in prayers. So that is it, guys. It wasn't easy, but we did it. We overcame our fears. We did not extend our stay in the house that the company got for us because who's ready to pay 180 euros? So guys, I know people say that looking for an apartment or trying to rent an apartment in the Western world is not easy, especially in Europe. I don't know if it's the same in North America or South America. So guys, let me know what you think. Like this video, share this video, and follow for more. Thank you.